Welcome back to the channel, automotive enthusiasts and classic car aficionados. Today, we are taking a journey back in time to uncover a story that sounds like it was pulled straight from the pages of a Hollywood script. We are talking about lost blueprints, legendary designers, a passion for racing that sidelined a masterpiece, and a glorious resurrection 6 decades in the making. If you are a fan of Italian Grand Tourers, breathtaking design, and the roar of a naturally aspirated V8 engine, you are going to want to settle in for this one. The revived Bizzarrini marque has just pulled the covers off a car that was never supposed to exist, at least not until now. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to feast your eyes on the all-new Bizzarrini 5300 Aperta Lusso, an ultra-exclusive Italian masterpiece that brings a 64-year-old lost design by the legendary Giorgetto Giugiaro roaring to life in the 21st century. To truly understand the gravity of this reveal, we have to rewind the clock all the way back to 1962. During this golden era of automotive design, Giorgetto Giugiaro, a man who would go on to pen some of the most beautiful and iconic cars in history, was hard at work. He envisioned an open-top version of the already stunning Bizzarrini 5300 GT. The sketches were breathtaking, promising a grand tour that combined elegant Italian curves with brutal performance. However, the company founder, the legendary engineer Giotto Bizzarrini, had his sights set firmly on the racetrack. His obsession with motorsport and his dedication to winning meant that the resources and attention required to build this open-top beauty simply were not available. The project was heartbreakingly shelved, locked away in the archives, and largely forgotten by the rest of the world as the decades rolled by. But legends never truly die. They just wait for the right moment to be awakened. Fast forward 60 years, and the revived Bizzarrini brand has decided to right that historical wrong. They have taken Giugiaro's original 1962 blueprints and finally built the car in the metal. The Bizzarrini 5300 GT Lusso Aperta is what the company refers to as a Nuova Classica, a vehicle that perfectly bridges the gap between the romantic, golden era of 1960s motoring and the relentless precision of 21st century engineering.
From the moment you look at it, you can tell this is not merely a restomod or a replica. It is a continuation of a dream that was paused for over half a century. While the breathtaking exterior lines stay remarkably true to Giugiaro's original vision, the engineering beneath that stunning skin is thoroughly modern. Back in the 1960s, these cars were constructed using traditional steel bodies, which were heavy and prone to flex. The new 5300 Aperta Lusso throws that old playbook out the window. It features a state-of-the-art single-piece carbon fiber composite body. This not only dramatically reduces the overall weight of the vehicle, but also allows for perfectly sculpted curves that would be incredibly difficult to achieve with traditional metalworking. But removing a roof from a car always compromises its structural integrity, which is why Bizzarrini engineers went to extreme lengths to ensure this Grand Tour handles like a dream. They incorporated an aerospace-grade steel transmission tunnel to significantly stiffen the chassis, providing exceptional torsional rigidity. This is paired with a highly advanced bonded semi-monocoque chassis that delivers extreme stiffness, ensuring that the car remains planted and predictable even when pushed to its absolute limits on a winding mountain road. Of course, a classic Italian Grand Tour needs a beating heart that matches its aggressive yet elegant looks. Staying true to Giotto Bizzarrini's original philosophy of combining European styling with reliable, monstrous American muscle, the 5300 Aperta Lusso is powered by a magnificent 5.3-liter Chevrolet small-block V8 engine. But this is not an off-the-shelf crate motor. This naturally aspirated powerhouse has been meticulously tuned to produce over 400 horsepower. That is a very solid and noticeable gain over the original 1960s car, which produced around 365 horsepower. When you combine that increased power output with the drastic weight reduction of the carbon fiber body, you get a power-to-weight ratio that guarantees explosive acceleration and a top speed that will leave modern sports cars in the dust. To ensure that the driver remains completely engaged with this mechanical symphony, the engine is mated to a Tremec TKX 5-speed manual transmission as standard. This gearbox features a short-throw shifter, providing crisp, precise gear changes that make you feel intimately connected to the powertrain.
For those who plan on taking their Aperta Lusso on extended cross-country grand tours, a 6-speed manual option is also available at an extra cost, providing a taller top gear for relaxed highway cruising. There are no paddle shifters, no dual-clutch automatics, and no hybrid assistance here. This is pure, unadulterated, analog driving pleasure at its absolute finest. The suspension and handling characteristics have also been heavily scrutinized to ensure they live up to the Bizzarrini name. The car sits on an all-round double wishbone suspension setup featuring Koni adjustable dampers. What makes this setup truly special is that it has been engineered to match Giotto Bizzarrini's original Le Mans-proven specifications, offering a perfect balance between track-ready cornering capabilities and the compliant, comfortable ride expected of a luxury Grand Tour. Keeping this masterpiece glued to the tarmac is a set of absolutely gorgeous cast magnesium Campagnolo center-lock wheels. These wheels are wrapped in high-performance Pirelli tires, measuring 205 section in the front and a wider 255 section in the rear, perfectly filling out those muscular wheel arches and providing the mechanical grip necessary to handle that roaring American V8. In an era where the automotive industry is rapidly pivoting towards silent, heavy, and heavily digitized electric vehicles, the Bizzarrini 5300 Aperta Lusso stands as a glorious, roaring monument to the golden age of internal combustion. It is a highly exclusive, hand-built love letter to a time when cars were designed with a pencil rather than a computer, and driving was a visceral, demanding, and rewarding experience. While Bizzarrini has not yet announced exactly how many of these open-top beauties will be built, or what the undoubtedly astronomical price tag will be, one thing is absolutely certain. This awakened 60-year-old secret is destined to become one of the most highly sought-after collector cars of our generation. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Automotive Deep Dive. If you enjoyed this look at the resurrected Bizzarrini, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more daily updates on the world's most incredible classic and modern hypercars, and let us know down in the comments what you think of this Nuova Classica. Would you take this over a modern Ferrari or Lamborghini? Safe travels, and we will see you in the very next video.